Welcome to another playthrough of Auburn Crown. This is a new game using 0.4 and the adversaries will be played by Beriand and I will be playing the allies. I'm going to have my back to the wall to start off with, not only because that's the way that the game is designed, but also because my opponent is an excellent player. So we'll just scoot on over to the replay and see how the first turn went. Okay, so Draka the Dreadworm is launching his assault upon the northern kingdom of Angnord, and if I don't get myself completely annihilated in these first couple of turns, then there's something wrong. There is nothing to stop this dragon, this ancient red dragon, from at least getting to Water's Bend, the capital of the Angnord. How far he gets beyond that, well, that's what we're here to find out. I'm going to be doing my best to try and stop him from overrunning the whole of this country, but who knows? It could end up being that ugly. So the garrison at Crow's Hold has been wiped out, and now the the Golden Carnate is attacking the Ancients in the south. It looks like they're going to do a full-on assault to wipe me out as quickly as possible. So again, I'm going to have to try and stop that from happening because I just don't want to be wiped out today. It's just not on the agenda. Okay, so the replay has finished. Let's now do the turn. There's not that much to do in the initial turns. It's certainly a case of trying to hold my ground. So the infantry has been wiped out as said, and a couple of militias. Good. Princess Crystallis has joined me and she will lend her forces. I won't go through all of the Emerald Imperium presentation here about the attack of the Dreadworm. Just need to know that those three things, the Orb of Dominion, the Crown of Rulership, and the Scepter of Might, are the objects of the game. The Scepter of Might is actually mine at the moment. When I say mine, it's Angnord's, and if I lose Water's Bend, then I will lose the Scepter of Might, at least for a time. The Dreadworm has attacked me, and I was distracted basically. I was amazed at the Scepter of Might that was in my castle and didn't notice that there was an army moving my way. Of course, that was the deceit of the Dreadworm and his spies. And I'm not going to read through all of these because I know them. And if you want to, of course, read through them, in fact, I recommend that you read through them at least on your first playthrough. Alright, so in 0.4 this question is asked. From 0.5 the question is not asked. It is all coded in the background. So it is a multiplayer game, so I'm going to say no. The reason for the question, I have to answer it once, is that there are codes, or scripts I should say, in the background that are running that are looking for whether it's an AI or multiplayer game. As I say, in 0.5, that is not even necessary. Alright, now I'm going to try and get my my leader out of the capital, and he's going to skedaddle fairly quickly. Now I've got to try and work out exactly how I'm going to defend here, because I know that the Dreadworm is somewhere nearby. So if I move these veterans here straight up into the castle, he will probably wipe me out with one attack. So I could in fact just leave that to its fate. The leader hopefully has got out. One day I will find an opponent who will probably attack me while I'm trying to escape, and that will be my own silly fault. So I'm going to reinforce these two here. That's all I can do. I have no other points available to me. I'm going to move my ships down and just put them out a little bit from the bay, because again, I'm just not sure how far that worm can fly. Okay, I'm not going to do anything with Angford at this stage because there is not much to do with them. Over here with the Ancients, same sort of thing, but I do have to be aware that this elite unit here is coming through fairly quickly. So I really don't want to be caught unawares. So I'm going to start moving things double quick. Forced march towards that threat. Now I need to leave something down here in case Imhotep is going to mobilize, which it inevitably will at some point, and then my southern flank is what I'm trying to say, will be exposed. Now I'm going to bring everything down towards the east because I feel as though this is going to be a bit of a rush attack against me. I could try and save those points that I've got, the 50 points, gold pieces, but I'm going to put them into Sinai and hope that I can get them to join me. Now Sinai is, I'll have to fix that up just a moment. We will fix the map, and we will put it on to 0.4 text only. That way I can see better what's going on the map. Not that it really matters too much. And we can see now that Sinai is this country down here that could be quite nasty for him. If I can get them to mobilize quickly, I can attack his flank while he's attacking me. All right, that'll do for the map. Let's go across to Malkan. I'm going to move them towards the north because that's where the threat is going to come from. So I'll move them up as quickly as I can. And again, I'm just not 100% certain how my opponent is going to play this. Well, that's the nature of multiplayer games, I guess. It's a good thing. But I'm going to put my research into march in formation because at some stage I am planning to counterattack. And when I counterattack, I want to be able to get through these mountains into Guartenheim as quickly as possible. Now, whether I'll have that or not is uncertain. I'm going to build a bit of an armada in the north, and I'm going to send these ships from Malkan to support the fleet of Ang-Nord. Now, until the Vikings of Mittelheim actually mobilize, I have nothing to stop me from getting through. So I'm going to the north and I'm going to join this fleet here. I'm also going to find that when the giants of Maelstrom mobilize, that I will get 2 units, naval units that I can use, well, they're undersea units actually, that I can use as well. Plus, I intend to build another ship called the Warspite when it becomes available. Alright, and the final one is the Tribal League. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a full diplomatic approach with this particular game. So, oops, no, not yet. Settle. I can't use diplomacy until I've mobilized. So my research is not going to be so much about warfare. It's going to be about defense. So I've already got sea war. Oops, let's go over here. I haven't got sea warfare yet, so I'm going to start with that and build towards getting a bit of a navy at some point. Okay, let's go out, have a bit of a look around, and there is nothing more to do for this turn. So I'm going to end it right here, the turn, and let's have a look at how much we get from our endeavors. So the first question that I've got is to raise the taxes. That's always a good thing. You get an extra 50 gold pieces each turn for 4 turns, I think it is. Or I can approach Angford to try and get Dad to join me in the war. Now I'm going to do that because the quicker I can get Angford to attack Draka from the south, the better. So that is the option of no. Always with these decisions you can use the view map to see the main area or to just scroll around on the map, and there are notes here as well that tell you exactly, there you go, so 50 gold pieces for 4 turns and reduce national morale by 1,000 because people don't like being taxed basically. Mobilize Angford 10 to 20% for 80 gold pieces, which is what I'm going to do. Angford is sympathetic to my plight. Well, that's very nice, Dad. That is the king of Angford, and he has problems with me because he thinks that I'm trying to steal his throne. All right, so I only get 148 gold pieces. The arms smugglers, very useful for bringing in weapons and armor that equates to 50 gold pieces. The other countries get some gold as well, but not a lot at this stage, as you'd expect. Okay, that's where we're going to leave it for turn 1. I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.